major investment. And particularly in Kenya, it is very, or rather can be a very risky undertaking if the right channels, the right checks are not made. Today, we are looking at what you need to ensure you have done and looked into keenly before you put your money into land. My name is Emmanuel Kutosi, and this is Law Matters, your legal aid clinic showcasing live on TV. And we are back for yet another informative bit, and particularly now looking on matters of land. So you've seen a parcel of land. It has attracted you. You've made contact with the owner of the land. You've thought about buying it and actually moved into an agreement to buy the land that is before you. But what ensures that you're actually moving into a safe investment? That is what we are out to answer today. And I'm joined by Advocate of the High Court, Silas Akiro, who is not a new face, but one who is able to actually articulately pinpoint what we need to know when you're looking on matters of land, which are very key. Particularly, it is a piece of territory that you're moving into. And knowing that territories have resulted in people going to war, what ensures you're not moving into one when you're going to look for a way of owning land? Wakili, welcome to Law Matters once more.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel. It's been a moment since we last met. As you've rightly said, my name is Silas Akiro, an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. I run and proprietor a firm by the name Akiro and Associates Advocates. We are based at Westlands. We are general practitioners. We have a full department that handles real estate, conveyancing, construction, generally anything to do with land matters. Yes.
And Wakili, just to break it out, do you own some land somewhere?
Oh, really? Yes, I do. Yeah.
Now, that's what I wanted to know, because now I know I'm dealing with someone who knows the business. Because for some like myself, we were born in interesting circumstances, which means we don't have ancestral land to go back to. So the idea is we are already in life. So the journey is now, let's make it happen. And among the things that I desire is to secure myself a kabroti mafuta, something where I can be able to say, this is mine, I own a territory. At least I can say I belong. It is something as a Kenyan I desire.
Sure.
But even in my media practice, I have met people who have found themselves in quite unfortunate circumstances. Covering their stories, it was worrying. And as someone who's also looking forward to securing my own peace, I am curious to know, Wakili, what are the basic things I should ensure I am on point so that I don't find myself in a situation that may call for me to just actually either be crying somewhere in a small room or losing my investment, because it is a major investment when you're looking at land?
Well, first of all, let me say it's unfortunate that would I say Nairobi? I don't know whether where you are buying the land or where you're intending to buy the land. But I would say Nairobi has welcomed you because, that is part and parcel of the everyday life of a land buyer. There are a lot of troubles in terms of land purchase. When you think you have it, then in the end, the law tells you you don't have it. And so this is the reason why we normally say that invest in proper due diligence. Emmanuel, remember I said proper.
Proper.
Not just due diligence.
The word is proper.
Yes. So initially, we used to do a search. And then we tell you, this is a proper land. It's okay, it's free for purchase. Then we tell you proceed and execute documents and register them, acquire land. We are talking about an era where land cartels and land fraud has entrenched itself even into the government systems themselves, where you find that in a particular registry, there will be 2 or 3 genuine original registers for land in that area. So we have one register that is handled between the cartel and their agents. So find somebody in the streets, hey, I want to buy land. And they tell you, here's the title. So when you go to do search, the agent already makes the call to the registry. Yeah? I just want to bring you up to your question. The agent already has already rang the registrar, the contact in the registry, that I have given so and so is coming to do a search. So he makes sure that the search, this particular search, comes from this particular target register. So you do a search, you do request for a copy of green card, everything is smooth and okay. You go on, that particular parcel of land is registered. Another person comes up, now they're dealing with the same parcel of land. We are now on register number 2. Again, the whole scheme proceeds. Title is issued. So far, how many titles? 2 for the same parcel. Then the third one. The dispute comes when buyer A takes his tools to the land to begin the process of occupation. Buyer B arrives in buyer C. All of them have original titles. And they have found themselves here. They want to do what? To start occupation. They've paid for this particular parcel of land. So then the dispute begins to court. And these are matters that have been handled. And the Supreme Court once said that where the root of the title is challenged, where the root is challenged, then the title deed, the certificate of title, becomes questionable. So you cannot have title without the backup. How did you acquire the land? Or let's put it better, we are now dealing with due diligence. How did the seller, whom we call in law the vendor, how did the vendor acquire this land? Because if it is found that the vendor's title is voidable, the vendor's title is faulty, then all the subsequent titles, he sold it to you, sold it to another person sold, all these subsequent titles are subject to cancellation.
Now, Wakili, that's actually a worrying thing.
Yes.
But before you go so far, remember, I have never owned a piece of land. I am very green in this space. I've heard you talk about a green card. The last time I heard that, it was something about going to another country. I've heard you talk about a search. And I'm very green in this space. Wakili, what do you mean by search? And what is the essence of this search?
Now, this now takes us to what we call the Land Registration Act. The process of registration of land in Kenya. Now, first of all, government maps out a given area. Then they carry out what we call adjudication. When land has been declared an adjudication land, gazettement is made.
And what does the adjudication mean?
So adjudication means that the government wants to now parcel.
Formalize the...
Yes, reparcel these lands and be able to issue ownership deeds to owners of those particular parcels of land. So once adjudication is done, if there is any dispute, because the land adjudicators would come and work within the community, and then they begin to note the owners of those lands, and then they give them allotment letters. Then once the adjudication period ends and somebody's particular parcel of land is not disputed, then the land adjudicators will now transmit these documentations to the land registrar, who will now prepare a register, because the land registrar is the custodian of all parcels of land within the given locality. And the chief land registrar is the custodian of all registers countrywide. So the land registrar has prepared a register for each and every particular parcel of land, given a particular identifying number. Yeah? Then, if you want to check how this land has been registered over time, you request for a copy of the register. That copy of the register is what we call the green card. So it is the register containing the details of this particular parcel of land. Now, a copy of the register is detailed. A search simply gives you the superficial details of this register. Who owns it at that time, and whether there are encumbrances. Encumbrances are maybe preventive. There's a caution, an inhibition, a restriction, a charge, all those encumbering registrations on the register. So search will only detail those ones. But a copy of the register will tell you that this title originated from the mother title number this, which was closed, and the land was issued to this person, and then this person probably that title also closed, another person. So that history of how this land has exchanged hands, you will get it from a copy of the register.
And you've talked about the encumbrances or issues that land may have. Is this to say that if there's a dispute, perhaps concerning the ownership of a certain parcel, this will be registered within the search?
Exactly. Every detail of a genuine dispute. Yeah? Somebody's aggrieved. And he's saying, before we proceed to determine to resolve the dispute between us, dear registrar, this land may not be dealt with in any manner. So the registrar may be required by a person with an interest in that land, even through the court, to register an inhibition or a restriction, to restrict any dealing, to inhibit any dealing in that land. Now, restrictions or inhibitions are technically sort of cushions registered on the land belonging to a deceased person by a beneficiary. Your father died, you want to restrict dealing in the land, so the registrar will not register for your cushion. He'll register what we call a restriction or an inhibition. So any other person may register a cushion, particularly the owner or somebody who has an interest into that land may obtain an order from the court ordering the registrar to register a caution. Now, you as the owner of the land, or let's talk, because we talk about due diligence, the vendor may take this title to the bank and charge that title for a given sum of money. The bank would register the charge, or the loan facility, the credit facility provider, may register the charge on that land. That will also be noted where? In the green card, in the register. Yeah?
Before you lose me, Wakili,
yes.
You've used the word charge. And I'm sure maybe someone is assuming they know what charge is. Could you break it down? What is a charge?
Now, a charge is sort of an interest by a third party on this particular land registered pursuant to issuance of a security of some loan to the owner and the title used as a collateral. Title used as a security for the loan. So walk into the bank give you 30 million, and then you say, as security, I'm giving 500 acres of my land. Yeah. So should I default,
You can sell.
then you can sell to recover your land. Now, if the bank is in agreement and advances the loan, then the bank will prepare what we call a charge. It is a document spelling out the agreement between the vendor and the credit facility provider. Now, once this is prepared, it is, the bank will now proceed to the land registry to register its interest. So that means it has charged that particular parcel of land for that given sum of money. Understand? So then the bank then become the chargor, and the chargee here is the vendor.
Who has acquired the loan?
Yes, who has acquired the loan. So there will be no dealing in that particular parcel of land without the charge being lifted or by a written guarantee from the chargor. That is the bank.
That's the bank.
Yes.
Yeah.
So these are things that are now registered where? In the green card. And as such, just gives you a copy of the records from the green card. Just a copy of what is there, not the totality of it. And it only focuses on the current records on that particular parcel of land.
So, as such, because there's something you noted before we actually now broke it down,
Yes.
that you could actually find yourself in a situation where there are 3 registers within this land body. Now, when you're talking about the search, and you've noted the various issues, the things that would be there, the charges, the disputes, the encumbrances, they're all on this particular document. When we have them moving out into 3s, is this to say that possibly doing a search is not enough?
Exactly. That's where we were heading to. So doing a search will not be enough in particulars where there are high possibilities of land fraud, especially orchestrated from within. Yeah? Land fraud, where the register is singular register as required by law per given title. Then the record with the registrar is clean. Now, you get a search, you get a green card, everything is accurate from the other end. So you can maybe try to deal with the fraud outside the registry. Now, how do you deal with the internal fraud? It's a bit complex.
And it's a big question because you still need land.
Because you still need land. Generally, what happens is that it is a probability question. Probability question. You increase your probability net. Have split the decoy bias. Yeah? To as many as you can. 5, 10. Everybody says, I want to buy that particular piece of land. You understand?
It's like a DCI situation.
It's a DCI situation, you understand?
You call your college of friends, and all of you want to buy, but it's just presenting the interest.
Exactly. So the agent has committed to sell to you, and now we are dealing with one register. You'll also commit to the other person. This is my hypothesis. It's really not the working.
But by the time they commit to the second one, see, this is the moment to just pull the plug.
So they will not be able to know in the short term that they're dealing with one singular buyer. The issue is when the buyers go at the same time, it is a money-making fraud. Yeah? So they would want to spread their chances of getting money from all these people at the same time. So this is the moment when they'll try to deal in all the registers available. You understand? So this will be thrown a title from Register A, another title from Register B, another title from Register C. You collect everything and you see, iko shida mahali hapa. Then from there, you move on. One way of doing due diligence is through acquiring the green card. And then acquiring the search. We have the official search from the register, and then we have the historical search.
Okay, Wakili, step by step, manageable pieces. We need to get the search, the green card, and now you've talked about the historical.
And the official search from the register.
Yes. Before we go so far, allow us to take our first break. At least digest that, because land is key. And even among us as young people, we want to secure something, a piece of this country, and feel like we own it, but not to be fleeced of the hefty investment that is required in obtaining this worthy asset on our portfolio. We'll be back in a moment, of course, still delving on matters on land and ensuring we do it right when you're going to secure it. We'll be back in a moment.
I will give you the amount that you want. Very good. So long as you get me out of here. Unajua. Can you just do the necessary?
Hey, normal.
Chicks, my whole investigation imeenda.
It is called research, not investigation.
One life. I will never repeat this again. I will never.
Ophthalmology is a discipline where we normally take care of people and their eyes. The eye is a window to what's happening in your body that most patients or many patients don't even recognize that they have syphilis until they come to an ophthalmologist. But there are cosmetics which are available in the market which haven't gone through those rigorous processes, and they can cause issues to the eyes. So people have to be very careful with what they put on the eyelashes, what they put inside the eye. It's never too late.
Welcome back to Law Matters, where we are doing the work of deliverance. Yes, delivering you from making some hefty mistakes, particularly in the journey of securing land. A hefty investment that should go the right way, and you should be able to enjoy getting a piece of some territory, particularly within the Republic of Kenya. And with us, the one who's actually moving on the Messiah concept of being our deliverer today is Wakili Silas Akiro, who's been able to break it down for us on the first segment. Of course, you can reel back and get to that in case you missed that as we move ahead into understanding what you actually require to have and what you should look out for so that you're not fleeced, because you could be welcomed to the capital, to the country, with a lot of situations that you would not want to be in. And we're here to ensure that is mitigated. That is why Law Matters is here for you. Wakili.
Thank you very much.
When we went on our break, you were telling us about the key things you should have. One was the search. Second was the green card. Let's move to the third aspect. I did not call it historical something.
Yeah, I was saying that for proper due diligence, you need to look up to the following areas. One is you request a copy of the register, which is the green card. Number two, you carry out a search. Now, how will you carry it out? By doing an official search from the registry, land registry. The normal search that people do. Then 2B is doing a historical search. It is important so that you may be able to know how this land is rated down there. This is where some of my colleagues have said that for you to buy land in Kenya, you need a lawyer. You need also some drunken chap there at home or in the village who will tell you that unaona hii shamba, you see this land, he has sold it to 30 people and another buyer just left a few minutes ago. So such kind of information are important. But when I talk about historical search, it's important to, especially when you're buying land there back at home in the villages, it is important to query the chief, query the village elders, query a few neighbors. Yeah? I mean, query somebody who may have some bit of knowledge about that land. They will tell you. They'll tell you this is land. We hear it was bought by the woman. Yeah? Ni mtu amewekwa, so mwanamke alinunua shamba akaweka kwa jina yake. You understand? So this guy has given you a title that has his name. But now when we come to the history of purchase of this land, it is actually the woman's land. Yeah? So that is going to bring you to adding the number of vendors here. You have to talk to the person who actually has the transaction, because these are now the root of the title. These purchase transactions are actually the root of the title. But you will not know this thing by paper alone. Paper only registers the finished agreement.
And that is where we're getting to, Akili, because yes, I have done the search, and you've noted something, maybe in jest, but it actually happens that I am the 30th fellow to buy this piece of land, and the drunk fellow does know. And that happens because, one, maybe I believe this is the correct seller of this land, and I've been duped, and this has happened. So when I'm doing the searches, are they able to pinpoint who I should be dealing with when I'm coming to procure this land?
I would say yes, as per the law. You are supposed to deal with the person whose name appears there. But really, for what we call proper due diligence, it doesn't end at the registry alone. Like I have told you, you will realize that my name is on the deed.
Yeah.
But who paid for this transaction?
It is the woman who was
My
keeping
wife.
you.
And then my wife said, please register this land in my husband's name. Yeah? So, in the midst of this transaction, mambo ikafanyika kwa nyumba. Now the husband and the wife fought. And the wife now says, I need my land back. But let me tell you, if she goes to court, my name will be removed. It will be given to her. Because that is her land. Not the title, but the root. How did you acquire? How did I acquire this land? So these are some of the aspects of land purchase that are never, ever displayed on paper.
A lot of data is what I am pinpointing that is required before you actually move into this agreement.
That data is what constitutes proper due
Diligence.
And another aspect of due diligence that most people or conveyancing advocates forget is what we call the judiciary search.
Okay, what's that about?
This particular piece of land may have a dispute ongoing.
Which is registered in the search.
Not yet registered. The dispute over this land is ongoing.
So the search only has completed issues, not things that have just arisen.
Yes.
Okay.
So, there is an order that has been issued by the court on that very day or even a few days to your purchase. This order is yet to be extracted to be given to the registrar to do what? To register the court order on the register. Or the court issues an order, parties agree by mutual to respect the court order, not to deal with the land. But the owner of the order has not gone to the register to the registrar to register the order. You understand? So, by intention, this land should have a caution, a restriction, an inhibition, or it should have an order stopping any dealing on that land pending the hearing and determination of the suit. But it has not been registered there. So where do you get it? You get it in the judiciary.
So you do the judiciary search.
The judiciary search would be very, very important. Now, sometimes getting some of those aspects of that land becomes very difficult.
Which brings me to the concept that it is better to just engage the professional
Exactly.
to get through this.
Exactly. And by the way, many people invest in transactions, but they don't invest in due diligence. Somebody will come to you, Wakili, tumesha kubaliana, we've agreed, we've done our agreement, please, we just need your stamp. I usually don't do those ones. Why? Because the DCI does not respect the advocate. So long as your stamp is on the agreement. And when the details are dug deep, it is found that the agreement was fraudulent. So before you explain yourself that, oh, these people just approached me, I just put in my stamp there, I did not even draft this agreement. Tairusha umasel. As an advocate. Now, as a purchaser also. So when land fraud is now being investigated, because the police has the DCI has the land fraud unit that deals with specific matters land fraud. The seller will go, the purchaser will go, your client, the advocates whose names appears on the agreement would be taken in for questioning. So, as you say, it is very, very important that when you are buying land in Kenya and in Nairobi, to be specific, or elsewhere in the country, to deal with a professional conveyancing advocates. Those who have skill and experience on land matters. To be able to carry out due diligence and invest in proper due diligence. Maybe say let me talk about wasting, because many buyers do not consider due diligence as something serious for transaction. They consider the actual buying of that land as the sole gist of the transaction, where they want to commit their money. But when you tell them, please commit a few coins into due diligence, they say, We need 500,000, for example, to carry out this proper due diligence. Some of them take due diligence to mean going to the land registry to take out a search. Some of the things we go through, sometimes we even have to use DCI to carry out, or private investigators, to carry out clandestine investigations into what is going on in this parcel of land. Yeah? Maybe the land has a murder case. Two brothers were fighting over this parcel of land. Daddy gave it to me, daddy gave it to me. And one brother takes out the other. And the DCI has the case. A copy of this particular title is in the police file. Is in the police file. The case is ongoing in the country. Who will have access to the OB to be able to tell you that this parcel of land has an issue in Busia, ama in Sirisia, Bungoma? It is private investigation. And when you look at the totality of the activities the lawyer does before he gives you a green light to now engage, send money, those activities are money consuming. And then at the end of it, you've given out 500,000 for due diligence, for example. Then the lawyer comes back and tells you, please don't buy that land. It will pain you. Yeah? It will pain you because you've lost 500,000. But consider losing 20 million that was expected for that land. Don't look at the beginning. Look at the end result. I'll give an example, Emmanuel. Some land was sold in Karen, 34 million Kenya shillings. An agent sold the land to somebody. Now, this somebody only did a search and was okay. Transferred the money. Why had 34 million? Then when now he wanted to occupy the land, the real owner now comes out. So the other owner was a network between the registrar, the agent, and the fake owner.
What was the pitfall for that? Because when we say real owner, the buyer also met another real owner and they committed their money. So how do we work out that aspect now?
Now, sorry to disclose, this particular parcel of land had a river road title deed.
Which means a fake title deed. Okay.
So, listen to what they do so that you may be able to understand that the process of getting your money back is not as simple as you say, hey, you sold me a fake land, please return my money. So, this is what happens. This is what happened. Now, this guy sued. Was demand letter, 14 days. Sued. 3 years down the line, we are looking for 34 million. 4 years down the line, dispute after dispute. By this time, this guy has already invested your 34 million.
It's not funny, Wakili.
You see? On the 5th year, we have the judgment. The guy is appealing. We're going to the Court of Appeal. Court of Appeal will take its sweet time and award you a date after 3 years. 7th year. Court of Appeal issues judgment. Guy says, he has nothing to lose. I need to go to the Supreme Court. They are denied audience. Now we come back to begin the process of executing the High Court Court of Appeal judgment. You say, oh, I am financially constrained. I commit to be giving you 1 million per month. Gives 1 million for the first 5 months. On the 6th month, jamaa patikani. It's nowhere to be seen. He resurfaces. He says he was sick, and most of the money he had has gone into the hospital. Yeah?
Which is a dispute of a different manner right now, because one, you are not keen in taking the due diligence.
Because some of them do not take keen interest in proper due diligence because they think if the money is lost, it is as easy as sending a demand and getting your money tomorrow.
Which is not the case.
Which is not the case.
As you have rightly put. And we're going to go to our second break. And when we come back, I'm going to inquire with you, Akili. Maybe the 34 million fellow, if they had put 10 million, maybe paid in tranches, it could be been a safer option. You're going to tell us if that is a way to go about it and maybe resolve and ensure that when I secure my land, I don't come to you again, Wakili, to help me with a dispute, but rather to just be with you on the journey going in. We're talking about land and acquiring land, particularly within the Republic of Kenya. And we are having that breakdown in understanding what you need to ensure you have followed up to. And what is coming out currently is that it is very key to, one, involve professionals to be able to walk with you the journey. And then you can enjoy your life rather than be in a situation that will be worrying about your life. This is Law Matters, your legal aid clinic, showcasing live on TV, KUTV. I'll be back in a moment. We talk about the earth, but how well do we really know it? It's a whole planet. We'll explain it. It's right to say that a proper environment means even better progress. Absolutely. On EarthCheck, we move on various topics that touch on this mother planet.
I really enjoy doing these activities with my peers and my organization.
Beekeeping is not just about the bees, it's about our environment and the future of our lives.
It is an open secret that if you don't take care of the environment, then the environment will take care of you.
Judge of the Environment and Land Court.
Looking on various stories and topical issues that affect us, that affect our dear planet. True care begins with understanding.
Na tumepitisha sheria mpya kupitia ile Environmental Management Act. Sasa kwamba wakati unapewa leseni lazima utoe ile inaitwa bond, environmental bond.
My name is Emmanuel Kutosi, and join me every Wednesday for EarthCheck, where I'll be sure to keep you updated. Particularly today, as we look on matters concerning land. Prevention, they say, is better than cure. And it is quite something to take up because some situations will not even get you the cure. They may be terminal. And before it gets there, that's why we are here as Law Matters, to one, give you a legal understanding, give you something to work with, so that you don't enter into this space blindly. And particularly today, we're joined by Wakili Silas Akiro, who has been breaking it down for us to ensure that some pitfalls that are before you, because in a normal environment, they are there, you avoid them and you have your own journey that is safe, secure into acquiring your own parcel of land. Wakili, we have moved into the situation that a lot of money, which is a lot of time invested, can be lost because you chose not to, one, take due diligence or involve a professional who, because of the cost that may be seemingly high may actually make you lose a boatload of investments that may actually be a lifetime investment. A lot of money we are talking about being lost in precarious ways, and also the fact that you could be played for a very long time in a journey of hope, yet you could have avoided all that. But something that is also coming into play, the term is that a title deed is what is an evidence of legal ownership. When I show the title deed, this is my land. But within our program today, we have talked about people, 3 different individuals appearing with titles in their hands. They look identical. This is their parcel of land being noted here. I actually got it from the particular body. Maybe it is even a state body. We are all sure this is what I was given. Who sold to you this or the other? How can we have a situation when we have titles that look perfectly original, yet they have no magnitude within them?
Yeah, this is a question of fraud. Fraud is a crime. But what the law says that sometimes actually one particular buyer can sell the land 2 or 3 times. And judges have determined that where there are 2 or 3 claims or buyers, then the first one retains the title. The others are entitled to innocent purchasers if they qualify for that. The doctrine of an innocent purchaser is a doctrine that compensates a buyer who innocently purchases land, not knowing that it had encumbrances.
Before we move there, I would want to know, I have the duty to ensure due diligence happens. I have the duty to ensure I go and take the search, get the green card. What substantiates my innocence?
That's now the question. Because most cases of innocent purchaser are lost in court. When it's lost in court, what does that mean? The person you gave the money eats the money.
You've been cleaned.
Yeah, you've been cleaned. That is the word. Moja moja. Yeah, that one washing. So, because the law puts on you, the purchaser, the duty to conduct proper due diligence, then it becomes very difficult to always lay a claim of an innocent purchaser. So this is the reason why don't play around with due diligence. Conduct proper due diligence. Pour money into it. If the advocate tells you he wants to go to Uyoma, for example, to go and look for that parcel of land. I've had a situation, Emmanuel, where a seller parceled his piece of land into 2, got 2 different title numbers, and then he sold number 50 to me and number 51 to you. So I was shown by the seller that this is number 50. You were told that is number 51. Then I proceeded to construct on my number 50. Yeah? Years later, somebody also bought number 34. He had vast parcel of land. But this person disappeared to nowhere. Then he resurfaces some times later, and then he brings land surveyors. And maps are brought. He wants to know where is number 34. He's being told that actually this number 50 is number 34.
And you've constructed on it.
And I've already built on it.
Mm-hmm. And you have a title.
You understand? And I have a title.
Mm-hmm.
My title says I have number 50.
Mm-hmm.
He's number 34. Now, by eyes alone, I have been given another parcel.
Mm-hmm.
But if I involve land surveyor,
Mm-hmm.
I request for the map.
Mm-hmm.
Surveyor comes and checks measurements and beacons.
Mm-hmm.
And then surveyor will tell me, no, this is not number 34, number 50. This is number 34. So what I'm trying to say is that due diligence states that you can never occupy land by eyes alone. Ascertain paper and ground. And who is able to do that for you?
The surveyor.
Not even the advocate. Land surveyor. They must come to the land and look at the map, the beacons, and everything, the eastings and westings. They are the ones who know what eastings and westings are. Yeah? And put up beacons and demarcations, and then they tell you, no, this one is at the position of number 34. Number 50 is that one over there. So there is therefore the need of
a surveyor.
Land surveyor.
So that's the second professional who's coming into the fray.
Yes.
As a necessity of having. And in purchasing of the land, for the surveyor, is it something that someone or an individual that I go and look for? Or maybe when I'm dealing with a professional, let's say with Akiro Associates, do you also do the business of getting the surveyor for me? Or what happens there?
You can always agree with your lawyer, but it is said that the professional at the center of this, from the beginning to the completion, leave him the job. Yeah? And you'll find that the advocate is going to engage many people whose works will be pieces. The advocate will engage a private investigator. After investigation, his work is done. He will engage surveyor. After doing surveys, his work is done. He will engage the registrar for searches. After the registrar is done, the work is done. But now the advocate will remain to analyze the private investigator's report, analyze the surveyor's report, analyze the search results for you, and put together all these things and advise you, and then engage the vendor for purposes of drafting or reviewing the land purchase agreement, and then eventually engage the registrar for purposes of registration of your title to that land. So at the end of it, you see, the main professional in the purchase of land is a qualified advocate, conveyancing advocate.
And it's good that you pinpoint qualified advocate, because there have been situations where masqueraders have been able to also be part of a scheme and swindle.
Exactly.
And I'm curious, so which means, apart from now handling a qualified advocate, and I have given you the job to do the due diligence for me before I move into this conveyancing agreement, Wakili, is it not also wise for me to move lock and step with you? Because, and when I'm doing that, because maybe the only knowledge I have of is that you're a qualified advocate. And if we can get titles from an interesting place, then we can also get certifications from another interesting bit from you. So the journey is something that requires me as a buyer to be involved in this journey.
Exactly. You have to. If the advocate has told you now we are going to do the search, okay, counsel, how far? We have the search results here. What are they stating? Interpret it for me. What is the next step? We are now engaging a private investigator. So we've acquired one. He's charging this much. Go ahead. Counsel, is the report back? He's asking for 2 more weeks. Would you mind? Yes, 2 more weeks. Okay. He does his investigation, send the report. So you as the purchaser, you need to go foot and nail, toe to toe.
Yeah.
With your advocate, with your lawyer.
I have a question. As I'm moving in this direction, your counsel now, what should I see as a red flag? And even before we go anywhere, I just pull out immediately.
From the advocate or from the purchase?
the whole transaction is happening. I'm moving lock and step. Remember, I could also find myself in a situation where I'm not being swindled by one, but by several who are working in cahoots. So maybe I've fallen into this ploy. What is that red flag that if I visualize that, Wakili, you call on me to hold your horses fast and redraft the whole strategy again?
Wow. Number one, if you are told that this land belonged to my brother who is in America, but I have the authority to sell it, don't. That's a red flag. If the alleged title owner is nowhere to be found or to be seen, that's a heavy red flag. Number two, if you are able to get two searches over the same parcel of land, two different searches over the same parcel of land.
When you do the decoy thing.
Yes, that's a red flag. And then number three, when the original title cannot be seen, you are only told the copy got lost. I mean, the original got lost. We are in the process of reconstructing it, or the registry in this area got burnt and what have you, all those things. If those ones cannot be found, it's a red flag. And number 3 or 4, and the most important one now, never ever buy a succession land. Land belonging to a deceased, somebody who is dead, a deceased person. Never ever buy that land. Well, the person who will be selling it to you will be committing an offense known as intermeddling with the deceased persons. Instead, whether it is the wife or the children,
do not buy succession.
Do not buy succession land. Wait for them to do succession. They finalize.
Then you can enter the traction.
Surrender titles in their names. Then now you can do the transactions with them. Because then that will not be a deceased person's land. It will be land that has already been devolved to the deceased person's dependents or descendants. So for you, if you see title and you're told, no, this land is still in the name of our great-grandfather, that is a heavy red flag. Could I call it a crimson flag?
It can be.
Yeah. Very heavy red flag.
And Wakili, now, unfortunately, you're pressed for time. This is a conversation that requires more time than we do have. But just to take it, the red flags: 1, succession land; 2, the original title is apparently missing. You do your decoy search, and that is something that we've been put into our minds by Wakili. I didn't know about that. That several people can actually go and show interest in that parcel of land. And if you see 2 searches coming about concerning a certain parcel that you're interested in, it's time to think twice. Then the owner is nowhere to be found. That is also something that should actually raise a flag. But for the whole thing, what I'm able to pick out in this conversation is that involve the professionals. Look for the likes of Wakili Akiro, and he can be able to guide you, and they can be able to guide you. At the same time, involve a surveyor who's qualified so that you can be able to be on point. And in the purchasing motion, move lock and step. Your money is worth a lot, and you've done a lot to be able to acquire it.
Exactly.
So ensure that where you put it is not a point where for the rest of your life you will be wallowing in misery, but rather you would be enjoying your parcel of land, investing, constructing, doing what you want to do with a parcel that you've been able to acquire the right way in the Republic of Kenya. Of course, here on Law Matters, we move towards keeping you adept with matters on a legal perspective, manageable chunks for you, of course, to be able to understand and walk in this journey. Within the Kenyatta University Parkland campus is where we are at. the School of Law, and we do appreciate this opportunity to be able to keep you up to speed. And of course, you can be able to share your questions on our social media handles. Wakili is never far from us, and it is through KUTV_Kenya on the X platform, KUTV Kenya across all other social media platforms. My name is Amal Kutosi, and until the next time we meet on this legal perspective, stay safe, stay keen, and don't be afraid. The law matters, and it's here for you.